So for the last one, I want to show a little different approach to go about it. This will be a darker metal, not a black, but sort of reflective, darker iron, perhaps. I'm going to put in a base tone of sort of what the base color of the helmet is, which is a very dark gray. And that's all I'm doing. It's like 80% gray. What I will do is add the lights. Now the lights on the other ones, I just started going in opaque, and I just started drawing in the lights. But for this one, I'm going to use a linear dodge that is colored in order to simulate the lights. And for the top, I'm going to use a bluish light right around there. All right, I'm going to have some spill light going up there. Right across there. And then maybe he's looking down at a fire, right? And you've got some warm light. Drop down the, yep. I want it to run through a little orange before it, run through some red and violet before it gets to that. And then I can let the very front part of it highlight up more. I'll tone this down a little bit because this armor is not perfectly chromish, but I can turn that down just fine. I also want to indicate a second minor light right there, and we can show some flickers and variances in that light as well. Now I go back to here and see about cleaning this up some. Now, same thing we did on the other one. Let's go ahead and drop in some blacks on this backside where we're getting that shadow. And again, we do need to put in some of the three-dimensionality, throw in a little of the cast shadow, nothing fancy here. Just have edge shadow going along the inside of this plate. Now, I want to put some dark edging on this reliefed version of the reliefed spot here along the edges, because it's likely to get a little dirtier, won't get cleaned in that edge, and that's what we want to put in. And use the burn tool. I'm going to set that to shadows, and I'm going to burn along that ridge. Desaturate. And I want to tone down this warm side a little bit. There we go. Let's just mute that down. Also burn down the highlights a little bit. Okay. And I'm going to burn down the midtones. Now grab some of this light blue. Go to spots that would be catching some of that, like the inside curves of this, maybe the top spot where it's curving over towards it. Put that in. It's also going to be catching that edge here. Likely going to be catching it very brightly. So grab that. Backside of this one too. And now I want to get a smaller brush to go back and do some of the edge. Like I mentioned in the stream last week, something you can do is just to hit up along the edges. Make sure you're using the right light source light though. Even on the bottom edge of stuff, it can catch lights too. So I'm gonna put that in. And then on this warm side, of course, it's going to be highlighting towards the warm. All right, so that is the basic stuff going on here. Now, some of the things that you can do is come in here and add scratches. Now, scratches are usually lighter. They show up lighter. And they form around, you can think of it as rings around the light source. So these scratches are going to form like this around the light source. Those are the ones that at least are going to show up. So I'm going to put some of those in. And then if there is any other imperfections, you would need to add them as well. let's say that there's maybe some grime, right? Maybe there's some sort of dirt stuff. Now that is going to be independent of reflections, right? It's dirt. It's going to be super matte, and it's going to just kind of be a brownish, greenish tone. So don't forget the surface quality. You have the metal, then you have things that affect the metal, things that actually sit on top of the metal. And that could be rust, that could be scratches, that could be a layer of oil, that could be a layer of grime or dirt or mud or any kinds of stains. And if you layer them right, it makes it feel like it's something on top of it, right? So this looks like it's some sort of just corrosion, old weathered stuff on top of the nice shiny brass underneath. And that sort of layer makes it a lot more believable.